Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Holy Gamer. We're going to try out a new deck today. I actually just built this in paper, and I'm really liking the way this plays, so we're going to send it through the competitiveness that is Petronaki. We're running Kestis. Kestis is a yellow heroic leader. Action, use the force. An opponent chooses a ready unit they control and exhaust that unit. Flips on the 4th resource turn is a 3/4. While on his backside is this front ability, but you don't need to use the force. Very good. Perfect aggressive leader if that's what you're looking for. And then we're also running Temple of Destruction with it. Whenever a friendly unit deals 3 or more combat damage to an enemy base, the force is with you. So almost every single one of our early game units has 3 power. The only one that doesn't is Sabine, but just like Squadron, they hit the base for 3. And then the only unit in the entire deck that does not have 3 or more power in general is BD1. We're running 2 of it because it is hidden when you play it, so they can't attack it. And then when played, choose a friendly unit. It gets +1/+0 as long as this is in play and against Saboteur. So it's really good on the Green Squadrons, good on the Sabines. That way you can attack into something, go onto a base, or just hit the base for 4. It's also just buffs up all of this stuff. Very good. But on the low end, we've got Force Throw and 3 of it. I had a discussion with a lot of people from the local meta. I'm like, I was like, the other day I was pretty adamant about this being banned. But when you play with a card, you tend to see that, like, oh, okay, maybe I'm just crazy. But it's like one of those cards that I think could be banned, and I wouldn't be upset about it. But I'm glad that I get to play with it still. So, give or take, it's a very powerful card right now. So Force Throw is 1 cost red event. Choose a player. That player discards a card from their hand, and then if you control a force unit, you may deal damage equal to the cost of the discarded card to a unit. Very good. We've got 3 Hotshot blasters. It's when you smuggle it in, you get to attack with the unit. It gets +2/+0. It's perfect for aggressive decks. Also, really good at closing games out if you're 2 damage short. We've got the 2 BD1. We've got 3 Green Squadron A-Ring. 2 cost, 1/3 raid 2. So it hits the base in the space arena for 3, triggering our base. We've got 3 Sabine Wren. While there are 3 or more, or at least 3 aspects among other friendly units, this unit can't be attacked. Still relevant, but it also technically hits the base for 3 if you attack into base. But otherwise, you can use this to attack into something with a Hotshot blaster that has 4 toughness, and then also still deal a damage to the base, which is really nice. A couple more 2-drop space units we have. N1 Starfighter, 2 cost 3/2. Very good at hitting the base on turn 1 for 3, triggering the force. That way we can use leader ability if we need to, or play other said units in the deck that care about the force. We've got 2 Fireball. It's a 3/3 ambush for 2. We don't really use it too much for ambush. It's more or less another 2-drop to play on the first turn of the game that has 3 power. And then when the regroup phase starts, you deal it a damage. So essentially becomes an N1 Starfighter the first turn you play it. And then from then on out, it just gets weaker and weaker, but it hits the base for 3. We've got 3 Millennium Falcons. Also very good. When this unit enters play, you may ready it enters play ready. 3 cost 3/4. But when you ready cards during the regroup phase, you have to either pay 1 or return this to your hand. Very relevant ability because it can bounce itself back, resetting the damage that's on it if they haven't killed it. Also, let's say they put an entrenched on it, you bounce back, trench goes away, bring it back out, smack for 3 again, triggering the base. As you can tell, almost every unit in this deck triggers our base, and that's what we're looking for. We've got 3 Ezra Bridger, just a very good tempo card. It also has a force trait on it, which is very relevant, so I can play Starfighter, Fireball, Sabine, any of these 2-drops on 1, play Ezra on 2, and then on 3 we can play a Millennium Falcon plus Force Throw. We can Vernestra plus Force Throw. We've got lots of different options. We've got 3 Vernestra in the deck, a 3-cost 3/4 as well, but when played I may use the Force if I do ready this unit so she can attack right away. Very, very, very good. We've got 3 Cassian, can be smuggled out later, he comes in ready. Otherwise, a 3/5 on the second turn of the game is pretty good, just stat lines in general. We've got 3 Ki-Adi-Mundi, when played use the Force, draw 2 cards, another Force triggering type card. And then it's a 4-cost 4/4, so it does hit hard. Then we've got Jedi Sentinel. I'm a huge fan of this card. It's not in most lists I'm looking up, but I like it because it's a 4-cost 5/4 that also just happens to be a Sentinel if you have the Force. Very good at protecting your Kestis the turn you flip them. So I'm a huge fan of this card. We've got Ahsoka Tano in the main as another 4-drop. There is some play to where you could play the Kira in the main, but it just depends on what you're trying to do. So it's a 4-cost 3/5. When played, an opponent discards a card from their hand, so it's just more discard. If it's a unit, you also get to exhaust something. So you can double exhaust if you have Kestis out, which is really sweet. We've got 3 Poe Dameron. Everybody knows about this unit, but if you don't, it's a 5-cost 6/6. Very good stat line in general, but on attack, discard up to 3 cards from your hand. For each card discarded this way, choose a different option. You can either deal 2 more to the base or a unit. We can defeat an upgrade, or we can have our opponent discard a card as well. So it's just more discarded on top of it. And then we're running 3 Plo Koon. This card's really, really solid if you have a nice board state. It's a 6/6 ambush if you have coordinate. Otherwise, it's a 3/6 ambush. But it's just a relevant card. Very relevant card. We're running a split of Mace Windu and Wrecker. I want to try out this new Mace Windu. It's a 6-cost 6/6 Overwhelm. When you use the Force, or when played, you may use the Force if you deal 4 damage to a unit. That's just like a mini Wrecker that you don't have to discard a resource to. So I want to see how relevant it is, how good it is. It could just be that Wrecker's better because it's a 7/6, but I really want to see what happens with this card. And then we've got 2 Wrecker, 6-cost 7/6 Overwhelm. And then when played, you may defeat a resource, a friendly resource. If you do, deal 5 damage to a ground unit. This one deals 4 damage to a unit. Not a ground unit, just a unit. So you can hit a space unit as well. Pretty relevant text. That's why I made the split. For the sideboard, we've got Kira, 4-cost 3/5. When played, look at an opponent's hand, and then name a card. While this unit is in play, each card that is the name, or each card with the name, costs 3 more to play. So you can name Force Throw for your opponent. But that also shuts off your opponent too, or your Force Throws. I have this in my paper main deck because I don't have Poes in paper right now. And I needed something to fill that slot, so I thought Kira would be a good fill. Because Vader is pretty brutal with ECL. And if you play Kira on 4 and name Vader after you've looked at their hand, like you're against a Vader deck, it shuts off their Vader ECL turn. They have to wait till 9 resource to play Vader. And by that time, Vader's not really relevant anymore. So it's pretty cool. I do like this card a lot. And then we're running 2 Bamboozle in the sideboard. I can discard a yellow card and then exhaust the unit and return all upgrades to its owner's hand. It's pretty good. 3 Sparker Rebellion, just more discard. Look at an opponent's hand and discard a card from it. It's pretty good. It's just a pretty good thing. I'm also running 2 Greedo because in best of 3s, we're going to want to bring in Sparker Rebellions and Bamboozles. And then with Hotshot Blaster being in the deck and Force Throw, if you happen to flip one of those, Greedo can essentially do 5 damage to something if you attack into it. Or it can do 3 damage to the base. They kill Greedo. You can set up 2 damage on something, which is pretty relevant, especially if you have Force Throw in hand. That's the deck, and we're going to jump in and see how we do with this awesome aggressive tempo deck. Alright, we've got Kestis versus Bo-Katan Blue. Let's see what we can do here. Do we want a mulligan? Absolutely not. I think I'm going to pitch Fireball and Sabine. Huh. He could be playing Daring Raid, so that could be pretty brutal. I think I'm going to ditch the Sabine, though. Let's see, let's see. Yeah, we'll start on the Fireball. Essentially N1. So he's going to spend his turn looking for 2 Mandalorians or upgrades and add them to his hand. So he could probably find... If he finds Darksaber, we're going to be pretty sad. But we have Poe for that. So Clan Wren and Concordant Interceptors. That's going to be pretty good. I'll claim here so that way I can at least get in the 3 damage before he goes ahead and deals with that. Now I do have to be aware of an open fire. But I want to get my force right away. That way I can potentially play the Jedi Sentinel if I need to. I shall pass. Now this Fireball's kind of bad. But I can also play Ki-Adi-Mundi here. Is that even worth? Probably not. It might be. I don't know. We gotta drop something. And I don't really want to drop the 2-drop because I need something to play on 5. I could just do another 4-drop on 5. Yeah, that's fine. Let's see. They might just attack this Concord into the Fireball. Yeah, that's not great. Let's use the Force and exhaust the Concord then. That way it can't hit me for 2. Sabine Wren, you say. Alright, let's attack the base. Actually, I could just attack this. Nah, then Sabine kills it pretty freely. I just want to jam into base as much as possible. Green Squadron. Oh, man, now I'm feeling sad about resourcing that 2-drop. We'll leave it on top just in case we get another 2-drop with it. He's going to claim. I guess I'll jam here. Then I'll play Jedi Sentinel. Flip. Attack base. We'll just try to aggress him down. That seems pretty good. Alright, we got a Poe, so that's something we can play on 5 here. So I think our plan is Poe into Wrecker. So we're probably just going to drop Ahsoka. Man, Ahsoka's so good, though. We also have Ki-Adi-Mundi if we need to. I need something in case we can't Wrecker on 6. A-Wing's got to go, I guess. Vambrace, you say. Alright, let's go 5 into base. Yep. So he's going to trigger this to deal 3 damage divided as he chooses. So he's going to do 1 and then 3. So he could take out my Kestis here. That would be pretty brutal. I don't think that's correct, because that was going to take this out anyway, right? Well, I guess this doesn't take damage in response then. I guess we'll attack base and make him exhaust something. So he'll probably just exhaust the 1-2, so he can hit for a little bit more damage this turn. Now I'm probably just gonna jam this Poe, honestly. Oh, excuse me. Decides to exhaust the Concord. That's a little crazy. He must have an upgrade for this. Goes ahead and swings 1 into Ezra. We're going to attack base. N1 Starfighter. We'll leave it on top. And then I'll just jam a Poe. And pass. Now we have multiple options for this next turn. So I think we drop Ahsoka at this point because Mace Windu is going to be hard here. Wrecker's going to be hard here. They got to deal with the Poe immediately, otherwise that's game. He could just put 3 on Poe. Hey, puppers. Go lay down. Go lay down. Go lay down. Good girl. I think we're just going to attack base. And I'll pass on that. And that's game. My opponent's going first here. And we've got Cal versus Piett. Let's see what we can do. I don't have a... Oh, I have a turn 1 play. I have a turn 2 play. Oh, this is a weird hand. I guess I'll keep. I'm gonna put Blaster plus Ki-Adi-Mundi. I guess that's probably the play. I don't really have a force unit to play, so I'll just pass it on over. Neither of these are a force. That's kind of sucky. I'll get rid of Mace here. Likeliness of us getting the Mace. What do you do? Open fire. I guess I'll play here. That way I can at least get my force unit or my force. What's happening here? There we go. And I'll pass. We're gonna pitch a Plo Koon. I guess I don't really have much to play on this turn. That's kind of brutal. But that's fine. Oh wait, no. Here we go. Yes, because I get to play Starfighter plus this and Force Throw. That seems pretty good. So he's resolving a 5/5. Overwhelm raid 1. I could pitch my own Poe here. I'll hit the base for 3. I would love to deploy. Play here. I guess I force throw my opponent here. I guess I'll deal 1. That's fine. I'll hit the base and pass. Probably get rid of... I really want to play Poe or Plo Koon this turn. I guess I pitch BD. I really want to play Poe or... I guess I'll protect the Falcon here. But if we drop Poe here, I think we're feeling pretty good. So he could send this here, overwhelm for 3. That would be pretty brutal. I guess we Plo then. I guess I'll start off by hitting the base. I'm still gonna Plo. I think that's correct. Yeah, I'm gonna Plo. I'm gonna resolve the ambush. I'm gonna hit the base for 4 or for 3. And pass. We're gonna be on 6 this turn. So I think I get rid of the fireball. No, fireball could be good here. I'll get rid of the A-wing. Oh boy, we're starting to get to that point though. All right. I think I'll hit the base for 3, make him exhaust something. We'll probably exhaust Piett. Yeah. That makes sense. He could overwhelming barrage me here, which would be pretty brutal. Probably should have thought about that. Chooses not. So he's going to send 4. He's going to kill Plo Koon and send 1 on to Kestis. That's pretty good. Think I'll just play Poe here. This way, if he swings, I get the initiative. But he chooses to take initiative. Ooh, nice. Ahsoka. We're going to be on 7. Maybe I get rid of Falcon here. Maybe not. We get to do 8 damage to him with Poe, unless he has some way to deal with Poe. Bombing run. Let's go 8 damage to base. I'll deal 2 damage. And I guess we'll pitch the fireball. I'll deal 2 damage to base. That way he dies to the Falcon. And that's game. Alright, we've got Kestis versus Mace Windu Tarkintown. Or Temple of Destruction. Would I like to mulligan? Yes. Gotta record. Yeah, this is fine. Don't have a turn, so we'll drop you. I don't really want to drop Poe, so we'll get rid of Plo Koon here. Plays that, so we'll play Sabine then. And I'll pass. And if they just have open fire, I'm feeling a little sad, but here we are. Force throw me? Sure. I'll hit the base for 3. That doesn't trigger my leader, does it? Or my base, does it? We'll go 1, 2, 3. And then I'll play Starfighter. I'll claim. We'll drop Blaster. I'm going to hit base for 3. Where do I hit this? I'll hit base for 3, that's fine. So he can pay 1 to deal with my Sabine. But then I use Kestis. I'll take it all to base. That's fine. I'll go 3 to base. just passed. I'll play out Jedi Sentinel. Aggression. Deal 4 damage to a unit. That's fine. If he deals with the Sentinel, it's not my leader, so that's cool. So he readies, deals 4. I'll exhaust. And then I will flip, attack, gain the force back. And now Vernestra is fine. I'm probably going to drop Sabine here, though, because I can send this here, go wide upstairs. We play bombing run. That's cool. We'll go here. And then he'll probably take a niche. We'll play that. We'll play Poe and pass. And we're going to be on 6. So I'm going to drop the A-Wing because I want to be able to play 2 drops. And because I have the Force, I have 6 damage in hand that's readied. That's pretty cool. I can send 8 upstairs with Poe, pitching Ezra, and then clean up with the rest. Poe representing 8 damage at all times is really crazy. I think Poe might actually be the problem, not Force Throw. But if he flips Mace, that takes care of Kestis and... But Mace doesn't flip until 7. Oh, okay, we're golden. A bombing run would not save him here. That's for sure. Yeah, I think we got this one. Just because we have Vernestra and Falcon in hand still, and we can play both of them this turn. So even if he dealt with... Okay, Rancor, we'll go ahead and swing 8 to base. We'll deal 2. And we'll deal it to the base. And he can't deal with the Starfighter, so the Starfighter cleans it up. And that's game. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. This was a wonderful, wonderful deck. I feel much better about this than I do Revan. It plays into a lot better decks. It's just so fast, so aggressive. If this is a deck that you enjoy, leave a comment in below. Let me know if there's anything you would run in this deck versus what I am running. And I'm happy to make changes, discuss suggestions. Kestis Red. Definitely fast, definitely good. Poe is a hell of a unit. I definitely think Poe is more of a problem than Force Throw right now, honestly, if you're playing Red Heroic. But make sure you guys go ahead and pray tonight. God is so good. God is just so good. And we'll catch you in the next one.